Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. We're discussing the book You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. We're discussing chapter 1. Hi, my name is Tamsi. I am a law of attraction enthusiast, and I'm also a mindset business coach. Welcome to my book sharing um, on the book You're Born Rich. I'm going to discuss chapter 1, um, titled Me and Money, part 1. And then I'll share part 2 later on. I don't want the video to be too long. I've had a case of sunburn. I am treating it, and I can see there is some reflections happening there, but I'll be fine. Let's get on with the book. Me and Money. The first segment is that money is important. Limiting beliefs around money. Okay, the first part, Bob speaks about these other business people in Bob Proctor. This book was written a long time ago, so his fascinations were very different to what we're going through right now. So I'm not going to do. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to go there. So I started with money is important. The limiting beliefs around money. I want to know also what are your beliefs around money. What I've written here, or what I've summarized from his book, is that the other common ones are: money isn't everything, money is not important, money is important. That's why I'm recording the summaries of the book from YouTube, or on YouTube, and not on Facebook, because I don't know how to monetize my Facebook account, but I know how to monetize my YouTube account. And that's why I'm doing it, because money is important. Money is very important. Tell that to your to the petrol attendant after putting diesel or petrol into your car. You put it with money, and all the people that like saying money isn't everything, you should know them. They are not exactly very wealthy. So I think we got that part, that money is important. We buy food with money. We pay the electricity bill with money. We buy, the phone you're using right now, you used money. If it's your laptop you're using, you bought it with money. So money is important. This next segment is money is a servant. I love how Bob puts it. He says use money and love people. This goes back to the first one of saying that money is important. You see how people use money. How they use people and they love money. You see how important money is. Woo, yeah, this is getting nice. Then he explains the myth that many people like to accept, that money comes as a result of luck or good fortune. And then he says that money has to be earned. Well, there I don't agree with Bob Proctor, but we will go deeper into it, that money has to be earned. What about a young child that's born into wealth? How do they earn that money? So that's my take on it. But as I said, this book was written years ago. Before I was born, and most probably before you were also born. Yeah, so yes, says money has to be earned. So I don't agree with him 100%. As I said, as a child that's born into fortune, that ends up earning or inheriting the money, they didn't earn it. They did not earn it. They were born rich, like the title of the book that we're discussing. And the next one is money must circulate. Money is valuable as long it's being used. The story of Mr. Chapman, I think we know about these recordings are actually meant for people that have actually read the book. So I'm not going to share it. I'm just going to summarize and talk about things that stood out for me, and also just to show that, so that we can remember, because it's not necessarily okay, we're going to get there. Let me not ramble. So the story of Mr. Chapman, I believe you all have Mr. Chapman's limiting beliefs, not necessarily with money directly, but that fancy outfit that you wear once or twice in 3 years, that beautiful dining set that you only take out when you have Christmas lunch. I think I don't do that though. But like the people that have those, they buy fancy dining sets and cutlery and the works. Those type of people. Most probably it's you, and you doing what Mr. Chapman did. You keep them. you keep them and you don't, or even not even necessarily material things, perhaps your attitude. You only take out your best manners and your positive and enthusiastic smiles and friendliness when you have visitors. Yeah, that's also one. That's also because money is energy, and I mean everything is energy. So, are you doing that? Are you also Mr. Chapman? Where are you, Mr. Chapman, in when it comes to your behavior? Where are you there? So yeah, so Mr. Chapman's story signifies worthiness. Worthiness and money go together, isn't it? Worthiness and money, same WhatsApp groups. So Mr. Chapman's story just shows us how unworthy he felt of having that money. He even died poor, though he had so much money. So I like Mr. Chapman's story. So find out, also do an audit as to where are you and Mr. Chapman. I was talking to a friends earlier on, and I was sharing a story of my sunburn, and they also have YouTube channels. And I asked them, they should not take their even skin toned for granted. They must not become Mr. Chapman with their even toned skins and not record their videos. It's still the same. Worthiness, good enough, when. Because now I appreciate having an even skinned tone. Yeah, and it's quite actually very uncomfortable because it actually itches. Anyway, let me not off ramp. And then the next segment is prosperity consciousness exercise. Announcing to your friends your intention of becoming wealthy. Yeah, I like this. I've done this. I've read this book so many times and I've shared it so many times. I love it. I love it. I love it. How do you feel about the idea of you being wealthy? And announcing this exercise. I'm sharing this to people that have actually read the book, and I believe they've also done the exercises. How do you feel about being wealthy, being moneyed? And when you told your friends, did you do the exercise? When you told your friends, I remember the first time I did it to myself. Yeah, I did it to myself. I did it looking myself in the mirror. I have quite an imaginative mind. I do. So I did it in front of, because that's how I used to study when I was still in high school. I used to look at myself in the mirror and I would remember the things. I would speak to myself as if I'm teaching myself. So I did that and I felt uncomfortable. This is years ago. This is 11 years ago when I read the book for the first time. I felt so uncomfortable. I felt very uncomfortable and I got to deal with those feelings. So I want to know about you. Now I can easily and boldly tell people my intention. We've even named our soccer club Kumo. Kumo means wealth. Yes, wealth. Yeah. Yes, and we're getting a dog soon. We're going to name the dog Billionaire. Yeah, funny, but yes. So we talk about it, and what I also liked, what Bob also mentions in the book is that wealthy people they never ever feel uncomfortable around the subject when the subject of money is brought up. Yeah, it's so true. I've met quite a lot of moneyed, wealthy, people, and they don't, hey? And it's so interesting that as I meet them, and we go out on restaurants and we go out on places, they are actually very easy. It's like we'll even talk about it in advance. They say, okay, the price for the golf is this much. I have it this time, you'll have it the next time. And when we compare our interactions with the not so moneyed people, it is actually very different, hey? The issue of money is very touchy. People will act like they're not hearing that actually the bill has to be paid. You know what I mean? It's as if they define themselves with money, but people that are wealthy, they don't. Though society has made it seem as if they define themselves with money, but it's not the case. No, no, they're actually very comfortable with money. So also ask yourself, the people that you're hanging around with, was it easy to tell them your intention of becoming super rich, super wealthy, and that you are reading this book and you are enjoying the idea of actually you being financially free? And if your friends or the people that you're telling that they felt uncomfortable, or they were like, who do you think you are? Did you, how that reflects you, the people that you hang around with and the environment that you are in reflects who you are. So if they were very, hopefully they were not, hopefully they were excited, like, wow, I also want in. If they were like, who do you think you are? Then it's time to level up. It's time to let them go. Politely let them go. It's time to, you know, you need to, yes, it's very, very important, because energy is contagious. Yes, we are going through the whole coronavirus. That is, energy is more contagious, in fact, than the virus. You don't even need to touch it for you to be affected. So yes, infected and affected. Yeah. So you need to level up. If you have friends or family, so you need to stop talking to them about the issue of that. And now you need to, if you don't have the friends yet, start reading, following them on social media, read the books they read, spend time with what they feed their minds, you know, start leveling up, level up. Who are the people that you admire, that you know you like how wealthy they look and behave? Start following them, start reading what they're reading, start reading their books if they have written books. So start doing that. And then the next step, he asks, is now the next step is developing this prosperity consciousness. You should start seeing yourself already in possession of the amount of money you desire. Yes, as I said, who do you admire? Who do you like? You know, you know what I mean? Who do you like and admire, and you want to be in their position? So start feeding your subconscious mind. Start feeding yourself of the ideas of having money. Surround yourself with pictures, of the things that you want. Go and put on that fancy perfume on. If you can't afford it now, they're always offering samples at the mall. They're always, you know, the clothes. Yes, there are clothes that look similar to those ones. Start behaving like a wealthy person. Start walking like one. Start feeling like one. That does not need money. You don't need money to start doing that. And then I like this one, this next segment, fear not. One thing you should never ever do is worry. Worry about whether or not you'll get the money you desire. So stop worrying about it. Bob then talks about Job, the Job in the Bible. I believe you all know the story of of Job. You know, he worried, and whatever he was scared of happened. So when you start worrying, you're giving that energy, you're emitting energy of worry towards that, and you are feeding it, and whatever you feed grows. So I believe most of all know the story. As I said, the thing he feared the most happened. So start paying less attention about what others are saying about money. I mean, the news, the economy, this and that. I mean, for us, for instance, me and my husband, my family, we stopped watching the news years ago, like over 10 years now. Yeah, we have. And yeah, we actually do get informed as to what is happening. You know, I know exactly what's going on. I've already heard the latest news. Yeah, because I tracked it because, yeah, you know, yeah, my parents, particularly my dad, is not impressed with that. But stop watching the news. Like, really. Whatever it is that you need to do, you will find. So now that you want to become, you set your intention of becoming super wealthy, or the journey to become wealthy, stop listening to negative news. Stop it. How is it helping you? You've been listening to this news for how many years now?